right. Hello, Melissa, your insurance exam queen here. I am not at home, but I wanted to come live and be here to help answer your questions and to help you guys make sure you can pass your insurance exam. I wonder if I go this way, the lights would be a little better. Maybe a little bit. Okay. All right, let's see. We have Mary has a question. Let's see. Post your questions in the comments. So if you have any questions about like the exam you're taking, or like, please explain, whatever to me, the 4 elements of insurance contract, or, loss assessment versus whatever. I'm here to help you out with all the topics. So just drop your questions in the comments below. All right. So Mary, Colorado property and casualty, 80 banker. I'm getting 80% with Colorado practice exam, getting 30 to 40. Am I prepared enough? Did the gold with your program. Okay. Getting 39 to 40. I'm not sure. Are you saying 39 to 40%? If you watch gold on repeat, especially for, all the states it works, but I've taken the Colorado exam specifically myself. But if you're watching gold on repeat, you should definitely be in a good position to be able to pass the exam. And if you're getting 80% on your comprehensive exams, that's usually a really good indication as well, unless you have just studied them so much that you've remembered answers. So that's not necessarily good. So it just depends. But let me know if what you're saying when you say 30 to 49 on the okay. So on practice, okay. What website are you using for those? Are you talking about the Pearson practice exams? What specifically practice exams are you talking about? C-Dash, hello, hi, Genevieve. I'm taking, so Mary says yes. Okay, so the Pearson practice exams, don't even worry about those. They're a waste of money. They are not indicative of the actual exam. And they are not actually specific to your state. So I would completely ignore anything that you're doing for the Pearson practice exams, the ones that you pay for. Don't even worry about those. There's been a lot of feedback that I've had from those exams that they're not good. They're not actually aligned to the state. Like, I would encourage you to not even take those. And for anyone else, don't even those. She's talking about the Pearson practice exam. If you're getting 80% on 80 banker, in the gold, if you have the gold package, there's quizzes and some practice exams in there too. If you're doing well on those, then I'd say you're in a good spot. All right. Genevieve, hi, I'm taking my exam April 25th, Texas. What should I focus on more? So this is to answer everyone's question. If you say, I'm in this state and I'm taking this exam, what do I need to focus on? Go to insuranceexamqueen.com. That's my website. And then on the top, it'll be property and casualty or life and health. Click on whichever one you're taking. And then on the drop down that says recommendations, and then scroll to your state. So on my website, for every single state, I have broken down what is most important and what do you need to know. And that is available on insuranceexamqueen.com, recommendations, and I'll tell you what's most important. Now, I do actually have a video for Texas on my YouTube channel. So if you just go to my YouTube channel and search through my videos or type in Texas Insurance Exam Queen, you should be able to see it, but I actually break down exactly the chapters and what you need to know. I just happen to have a Texas one. So you can check that out as well. And I will say that in Texas, you don't need a state approved course. Like, you don't need Excel, you don't need Kaplan, you don't need 80 banker. You can watch only gold and pass the exam. We have had many, many people only use my gold class series in Texas and pass their exam with ease. In fact, I heard from someone today who only used the YouTube videos and passed her Texas exam. Okay. Let me see. Hello. Okay, where was I at? All right. Do you have a video? Okay, so wait, where can I do practice? Okay, so I'm going to try to answer the questions in order, and I'm seeing if I can get some even better lighting. Oh, I like that much better. But I'm just holding my laptop here. Hopefully I don't make y'all sick. All right. Migdi Hernandez, where can I do practice questions? I have some on my website. So if you go to insuranceexamqueen.com, I have some practice exams and practice quizzes available. But I would highly recommend not to necessarily focus on practice questions and practice exams. I would highly encourage you to, let's see if the camera adjusts. It just turned on, just opened up the window with some more light. I would highly suggest focusing on my gold videos instead of doing practice questions or practice exams. You want to make sure you know the material more than having practiced questions. So I would do that. I would get gold or bronze or silver. That's definitely going to serve you from my insuranceexamqueen.com website. That'll serve you way better than practice exams, but I do have some. So you can also get those as well. But again, I would encourage my videos over practice exams. All right. Lucia Rios, do you have a video explaining all the glossary words that could help, please? So the thing is every state is a little bit different in terms of what words are actually important. I do have a couple of videos here on the YouTube channel that cover the general insurance. So like understanding what is insurance, what is risk, what are hazards, stuff like that. So I would watch those videos. But all the major tested words, the things that you actually need to know, I cover all of that in the Gold Class Series package. So that's at insuranceexamqueen.com. It's $97. It's crazy, crazy value because what I offer in the Gold Class Series package, insurance companies paid thousands of dollars for. And we are right now also throwing in a bonus of you can attend the live classes that we offer. So about 3 times a week, we offer live classes. Angela does property casualty, adjusting, personal lines, and Peter does life and health. And you can attend those classes for free right now when you have the Gold Class Series package. And that is insane. There are other instructors in the industry charging over $500 for what we're offering for $97. So definitely check that out. Kristen, taking exam in Texas, commercial properties, floaters explanation. So here's what's really cool is you don't really even need to be very strong in commercial, especially in the state of Texas, for property floaters. But floaters floaters is just anything that's like inland marine is anything that's in motion, and floaters are just things you add to your policy, but it's not a highly tested topic, not something you need to be super concerned about. One of the ones that I've seen asked about maybe the most is an installation floater. So like, let's say that you have a huge tall building and you've got this huge AC unit that needs to go on top of the building. When you purchase the AC unit, you buy it like from else and then they have to deliver it to you. You own it as soon as you buy it, but it's not yet part of your building. So your building won't cover it. So you buy an installation floater, which basically allows you to ensure that air conditioning unit that you bought, let's say you bought a huge air conditioning unit and it's 20 miles down the road, you buy it at the company, they come to deliver it and they have to put it on the building using a big crane. The entire time that it's being delivered to you and up on the crane before it actually gets placed on your building doesn't cover it because it's not yet part of the building. But once you get it on the building, your building covers it. In the meantime, you use an installation floater. That's probably the one I've seen asked about the most, but really it's not a highly tested topic. Commercial is like literally hundreds of pages worth of material to read and understand all of it. And knowing exactly what they're going to test on is like a needle in a haystack. It's so much easier to get a lot more points in dwelling and homeowners and general insurance and policy provisions than it is in commercial. So I don't recommend that you really go hard on commercial unless you're in Alabama. But the most common, most shown up stuff for commercial, I do cover in the Gold Class Series package. All right, Daniel, hello, hi. Evelyn, I'm taking the California test. Any recommendations? California is awesome because you only need a 60% to be able to pass. So yay you for having an easy exam. I don't know which one you're taking, property casualty or life or health, but definitely go to insuranceexamqueen.com, go to property casualty or life or health, whichever test you're taking, click on recommendations, click on California, and I break down what's important for you. All right, Mual Val Adri. I'm saying that right. Sorry. I have my exam on Thursday. What package should I purchase for Nevada personal lines? Gold, 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 gold is the best. And also awesome in Nevada, they used to require an 80% pass the exam. Sorry, I'm moving my laptop here. I don't know my normal setup. I'm trying to figure out what's most comfortable and the best lighting here. So gold is definitely the best. Gold has a 90% first time pass rate. So if you go to my Google, if you search insurance exam queen on Google Maps and you go to Google reviews, there's over 1,700 5-star reviews, and most of them will say get gold. It's what allows people to be able to pass. Their courses don't make sense, but if you get gold, you watch the videos, things begin to make sense. So I always recommend gold. Kristen, I'm using Kaplan for my studies. Kaplan's okay, but they tend to overload and put way more information in your courses than you need. And that's why the Gold Class series just cuts through what you actually need to know to give you the information. Azalea, my company is paying for me to take the 214 license. I think that's health, but I don't remember for sure. Is there any specific I need to focus on? Again, go to insuranceexamqueen.com, property, casualty, life, or health, recommendations. Go to Florida, read what's most important. Okay. All right. A couple of you dropped. I think this is perfect. I did really okay. Mary, yes, you did well on my exams and you should be in a good spot. Don't worry about that Pearson practice exam. All right. Casper, if I fail my exam, how much time do I have to wait to take it again? I don't know. I don't have those things memorized. Usually it's 24 hours at a minimum. Sometimes it's 48 hours. It should tell you at the bottom of your score sheet when you're allowed to schedule the exam again. But you can also just check on the Department of Insurance website for California, or the testing website will tell you, like if you try to reschedule it again, it might tell you you can't yet, or when you're allowed to push it out to. All right. Prints, visuals. What exactly should we study for common pertinent to property and casualty? Okay, so what you're asking for is the state law section, and the state law can be broken up. Usually, depending, you're in a Pearson-based state, which means they broke it up in 2 different ways. They have a common to all lines chapter, and common to all lines is the stuff that is the same from all states and all lines of insurance. So it's not specific to life or health. It's not specific to property and casualty. It's for all the laws and rules related to that state, no matter what type of insurance you have. And I cover that in my state regulations video. And we talk about the Department of Insurance, the director, the commissioner, the rules for your licensing. The only thing I don't specifically cover is stuff like how many years is your license good for in your state, specific numbers. But my state regulations videos in any of the class series package will tell you what's important for that chapter. The chapter about pertinent to property and casualty is going to be very, very, very state specific. And so that you're going to have to rely upon your state approved course, Excel, Kaplan, 80 Banker, to tell you what that chapter is all about, because that literally is very state specific based. So it could be rules about who can get property insurance. It could be rules about, usually they talk about an assigned risk, which is people who can't get insurance in the regular market, as in they have a horrible driving record and nobody wants to insure them, but they have to be able to get insurance because it's required. So that's like the assigned risk pool where they have to get insurance through the state because no one else will offer them insurance. And they talk about who qualifies for that, what do you have to do, etc. That could show up in that chapter. In Colorado, they talk about how insurance companies cannot restrict certain properties from getting coverage due to fires and stuff like that. So that chapter is very state specific. So you'd have to look at your course, Excel, Kaplan, 80 Banker to tell you what you need for that. All right, Daniel, 80 Banker has been confusing for me. I understand. I'm trying to do PNC Bank for Alabama. What is most important for that state? Commercial is pretty big in Alabama, but again, go to insuranceexamqueen.com, click on property and casualty, click on recommendations, scroll to Alabama, what's important for Alabama. All right, C. Tesh, have you made any videos for New Jersey? All my videos work in all states. So everything that I've got on YouTube, everything that's available in gold, silver, bronze works across all states, but I don't have New Jersey state specific laws. No. Casper, is Gold Series enough to pass the California exam? Yes and no. One, California requires a state approved course, which I am not. So you will have to take a state approved course like Excel, Kaplan, 80 Banker, etc. But in terms of understanding that course, that's what the Gold class series is going to do. So the Gold will help you understand the course so you can get through the course, and it will help you understand the material that's actually tested so you can get through the test as well. So yes and no. No, in that you have to take a state approved course. Yes, in that it's going to teach you all of the information that actually shows up on the test. And if you were to focus on just watching the Gold videos, you can definitely pass the California exam. All right. Yeah, there's lots of California people in the house. Gabby, love you so much. You helped me so much. Oh, thank you. Lucia, thanks. Rebecca, hello, beautiful. Hello. Kristen, thank you so much. You're welcome. Rebecca, California in the house. Yes. California PNC, I'll be taking it this month. Definitely for California, because it's a 60% pass, commercial does make up a good chunk of the California property and casualty exam, but because you only need 60% to pass, you don't actually have to be that strong in commercial. And if you focus on general insurance and dwelling in home and auto, you're in a really great position to be able to pass a California exam, even with all the commercial questions. Because if commercial makes up 30% of the test, which it roughly does, but you only need 60% to pass, that means you can get 40% wrong, which means you can get every commercial question wrong on California and still pass if you got the rest of the questions correct. Kristen, do you know what the passing score for Texas is? 70%. I think Texas is maybe 150 questions, which means you need 105. But watch the video. Go on my YouTube channel and Google Texas. And I actually have a life and health and a property casualty video for Texas. All right, Casper, thank you. You're welcome. Okay, wait, Rebecca, I've been scoring 50 on the test. Do you think I'm ready in California? I don't know, 50%? No, you'd want to be scoring closer to 60%, because that's what you need to be able to pass. All right, Sandra, I've been trying to join your Facebook group and done what I was supposed to do, but can't get in. We will kick out anyone who does not answer all of the questions. So when you try to join, so I have a Facebook study group. If you're not in there, you should get in there right now. It's insurance. Just go to Facebook, type in Insurance Exam Queen. We ask you 3 questions and you must answer all of them correctly in order to join. One of the questions we ask you is, have you looked at insuranceexamqueen.com yet? It's a drop down. You either say, no, I haven't, but I'm checking now, or yes, I love the free resources. Then the other question is, you have to show us every post that you make in the Facebook group. You have to tell us #state, #exam. Meaning if you say, I'm about to take the California exam, what do I need to focus on? You need to put #CA, #PC, like the property casualty exam. So you need to show us that you know how to do hashtags, your state in your exam. So you have to fill that out. And then the last question, I think, is do you agree to follow the rules or something? Oh, the secret word. You have to answer the secret word, which if you read the group description, we tell you the secret word is zoo. So we want you to read through the rules of the group so that you can pass. But I'll tell you right now, the secret word is zoo, ZOO. That's the name of my puppies. Okay. All right, let me scroll. I missed. You guys are writing so many comments. All right. Josephine, any suggestions for Florida life, please? InsuranceExamQueen.com, life and health recommendations. Scroll, click on Florida. We'll break it down for you. Make sure you know provisions really well. Provisions is going to be a double dip chapter, meaning that one, they're going to test you on just life provisions in general. But then there's a chapter called Florida specific to life insurance laws, and that's a big chunk of that is just provisions. So provisions is a double dip chapter for Florida, so make sure you study that pretty well. Shane, for Pennsylvania, what should I study for commercial property policies and commercial general liability? Everything that I've got in gold, because I focus on just the most common tested stuff. So you want to know, like, And again, you don't have to be super strong in commercial for Pennsylvania anyway either, but like knowing the difference between a CPP and a BOP, CGL, understanding occurrence versus claims made, all of that stuff I cover in gold. Sean, any suggestions for Tennessee? I don't know which exam if you got to tell me which exam and which state. But again, everyone just go to insuranceexamqueen.com, click on property casualty or life and health, click on recommendations, scroll to Tennessee. I'll break down your exam for you. All right. How do I get a breakdown of the questions on health in Tennessee? So again, you can just go to insuranceexamqueen.com, click on life and health, scroll to Tennessee, ignore the life section if you're doing health only. But every state has an outline out there on the internet. Usually, if you go to whoever you're testing, so like in Tennessee, you test with Pearson. If you go to the testing website, so the place where you go to schedule your state exam, there's going to be something called like a candidate bulletin, or usually it's called a candidate bulletin, or a test, like something that explains the test and all that stuff. There's usually a content outline somewhere on there. And I have a couple of videos on my YouTube channel that show you how to find the content outline, but some of you still struggle. But you can literally just Google Tennessee, and whatever state you're in, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, whatever, property and casualty exam content outline, or New Jersey life and health exam content outline. And you should be able to find it. And it will literally show you all the topics and all the chapters that are on the test and how many points come from each one. The easiest way to understand all that is just to go to insuranceexamqueen.com, recommendations, click on your state. I explain it to you in a text version because the outline is basically just a list of definitions or a list of words and like how many points come from each one. I explain it a little bit easier using my website. All right. Oh, shoot. I scrolled too far. Shayna. Okay. Shanna Price for Missouri. What should I focus on for commercial? Everything I've got in gold, but you don't have to actually know commercial very well in Missouri. If you watch the Texas video, it actually is very, very similar to Missouri because they're both Pearson states. Carol Ann, just wanted to ask if you have anything over Tennessee rules. No. Yes and no. My state regulations video works for all states, but you still would have to go to your state approved text from like Kaplan, Excel, 80 Banker to find the exact numbers, like how long is your license good for? How many years of continuing education do you need? Stuff like that. I don't give out any of that information. Not yet, not right now. Leah, I took your course for property and casualty and passed. Woo woo. And now I'm taking life insurance. Awesome. Daniel, what is the percent passing for Alabama? 70%. Almost every state is 70%. I think right now Michigan is the only weird one where you need like a 72, 75. All right, Amber, my husband just purchased a gold course. Is super happy with the purchase so far, but wanted to know if he is able to become an adjuster with this course, or is that a separate course? We do have, most of the adjuster exam will be the same as property and casualty, which is what gold covers. But we do now have a gold adjusting. So if he's taking the adjuster's exam, I would get gold adjusting. There should be a coupon inside of gold that'll allow you to upgrade to gold adjusting, because like gold adjusting, I think is 157 instead of the 97, because you got the adjusting component in there. But that's available on the website and you can just upgrade. But before we had that, most adjusters just did property and casualty gold. And we had a lot of adjusters being able to pass because a big chunk of the exam is just the property and casualty anyway. And then we add Angela, the ultimate study buddy, does the adjusting component. And we've put that packaged all together. So we do have a gold adjusters available now. All right, Carolyn. I bought your PC Golden package for personal lines in Tennessee. Do you have anything over laws and such? Also, you're the bomb for real. I took some of your quizzes and passed with the 2020. Yeah. So again, the state regulations video will work in all states, but you would have to go to a state approved text to find the exact numbers, like how long your license is good for, etc. You could Google every single one of those things and find it too, but that's a lot of work. All right, any suggestions? Okay, so Victor Suites, sorry. Any suggestions for Georgia adjusters? Gold adjusting, that's what I would do. And you can also read just the property and casualty breakdown for Georgia under, so again, if you go to insuranceexamqueen.com, property and casualty recommendations, scroll to Georgia, it'll tell you what's important for the property and casualty side of your exam. All right, the feisty vegan, feisty, am I can't read sometimes. I think it's feisty vegan. I've been studying so much I ended up with a headache. Yes, make sure that you rest with studying. It's super important that when you go into studying, you're excited and you're happy to want to study. So if you find yourself stressed and annoyed and irritated or just overwhelmed, it's not a good time to study. So on my YouTube channel, I have a about to study motivation audio, and it's available to everyone for free on the YouTube. And I would play that before you study. And this will help you get excited to be able to study, excited to be able to pass, put you in a good mindset. Because if you go into studying annoyed, tired, or frustrated, you're not going to have a good outcome. Your brain, if you're already overwhelmed in your mind and you try to study, how is your mind going to put more information in there? So I definitely recommend breaks and being excited as opposed to being stressed. And that's why I have the motivation audio. All right. German Jakob, can you please let us know what's the difference between insurance industry and insurance captive? Well, so the insurance industry is just anything available in the insurance industry. Captive means that you're working for one specific company. Like I only sell Allstate, but there are positions where you can sell multiple policies depending on what you're working for. I'm not the best person to break that down. I really am, my knowledge and experience really ends at the exam. So I can get you through the exam, but after that, I am not an expert in the insurance world. But there's like a bajillion different ways of working in insurance. Captive simply means that you're only allowed to sell for one specific company. All right, Abby, recommendations for California life. What types of life policy should I focus on more? For every single exam on life, the two main policies you want to understand the most are term and whole. So term life and whole life insurance, those are the two that you want to focus on the most. If you understand those two, knowing that term is temporary, whole life has cash value, just that alone answers like 4 or 5 questions on the exam. Like term does not have any cash value. Whole life does have cash value. Knowing the differences between those two is huge. So I cover those on my exam or on my gold class series. We talk a lot about that. All right. Kristen Rose, hey, passed my Michigan property and casualty on the second try back in January. I have to thank you. Your videos and meditations helped me so much. 5 stars. Awesome. Thank you, Kristen Rose. I'm so excited to have helped you pass. All right, Abby, is California percentage 60 or 70? As of right now, this in California, you only need a 60% to be able to pass. Now, you may be taking a course like Excel, Kaplan, 80 Bank, or whatever that may make you do a 70 or an 80. But in reality, on the actual exam, you only need a 60% in California. Charmaine, hi, Charmaine. All right, Charmaine's in here, and she loves my hair right now. Thank you. I love my hair too. Look at this, like this little mohawk, frohawk thing we got going on. Charmaine is actually a friend of mine. We sold insurance together years and years ago at USAA together. She now has her own insurance agency, and she is a lot more knowledgeable about the insurance agents, the insurance world. She actually does teach classes. So if you go to our website, insuranceexamqueen.com, you go to classes, she teaches you about having your own life insurance business, and you can choose to work with her or not or whatever, but she just helps explain how you can have your own agency and do your own thing in the insurance world. Because you really, you're limited on the amount of money you can make if you're working a job like a W-2 job. But if you own your own insurance agency, you're unlimited in terms of the amount of commission that you can make. And so she kind of breaks that down for you. So if you're interested in that at all, make sure you go to insuranceexamqueen.com, go to live classes, book with Charmaine. It's just a free session for you. It doesn't cost anything. And she teaches you the information. And by the way, Charmaine, please email me so I can send you the list. I saw that text. I tried to respond to your text, I think weeks ago when you sent it. And I remember pulling it up and going to my computer and be like, oh, I got to download the list for Charmaine. And then something happened and then I got distracted. And then a little bit ago, I was scrolling through my text messages like, oh my God, I never did that. Please email me and then I'll send it to you. I'm so sorry. All right. Amber, awesome. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. German Jakob, I would like to buy your package just only for life. So you're going to get gold, life, and health, but you're only going to watch the life videos. We've separated them so you can easily just do life. There's no price difference. Even if I sold just life, it'd still be the same exact price. So just get gold, life, and health and only watch the life videos. Just don't watch the health videos, and you'll be good. Gwen, is there an exclusion applied to a late enrollee for health insurance for pre-existing conditions? Yes. Okay. So what you're talking about is open enrollment. So like if I'm an employer and I have people working at my company and I offer them health insurance, every year I have to have an open enrollment period where they're allowed to sign up for insurance. And usually this is at the beginning of the year or right before the beginning of the year, like whatever job, they always offer it around the same time. So this a late enrollee would be someone who did not sign up during the period where everyone is allowed to sign up. Some companies don't allow late enrollees, some do. If they allow a late enrollee, they can have exclusions for pre-existing conditions. If you sign up during open enrollment, they don't exclude anything. But if you are a late enrollee, they can have exclusions because you were late to the game. So yes, that is possible. I did email you earlier today. Okay, cool. I don't remember seeing it, but I will double check. I'll make sure. Let me. I don't want to say my email right. I don't want everyone to email me. The general email is support@insuranceexamqueen.com, but I'll double check, Charmaine. Okay. And now that I've thought about it too, I'll try to do it right when we get off. All right, Holden, I just bought your gold. Yay! Kaplan was making my head swell. Yes. Kaplan adds way more information than you need to their courses. So yeah, just Maryland property catch it perfect. If you just watch the gold on repeat, you should be good. All right, Sandra, I appreciate you so much. God bless. Thank you. K Thicky Smalls. I just signed my first 5 clients on my first week in the field. Oh my God, I'm forever grateful to your videos. Yes. Yeah, you can be immediately making sales. Like, I love it. I love it. I love it. Holden, I wish the exam was like your Kahoot. Yeah. So we have free games. Like, oh, that's one of the things I should have said earlier. Someone asked about practice exams. I have free Kahoot games that are basically practice exams. They're just in the format of a game. So if you go to my website and you go to the resources tab of my website and go to the games, you do have to make a profile on Kahoot. Like, I don't own Kahoot. That's a whole thing. You do have to make a profile, but you don't have to pay anything. Once you make a profile, you'll be able to access my games and you can play any of my Kahoot games on repeat for free. And they're basically a form of a practice exam. All right, Charmaine, I just hired a new agent that doesn't need a course, so he is just buying gold. Perfect. Yeah, that's all he needs, especially for Arizona, if that's where you're at. Okay, did you ever teach classes for licensed agent wanting to a better grasp on annuities? Not right now. I don't have any. My worry is that there really is a difference between real world and test world. And I'm very into test world, obviously. The best training that you can get for actually selling a product would be from the company itself they should have training materials for the products that they sell. But you can also just, go on YouTube and also look at Licensed Agent. Again, I'm so heavily test world that I've had people say, I want to refresh on this. Should I get your gold? I'm like, I don't think so. Like, because there can be such a big difference between real world and test world. And I don't want to, lead you astray. So I wouldn't necessarily be the best resource for in the field actually selling. Okay, Gwen, thank you for breaking it down. Makes sense now. Yes. Okay, perfect. All right. I don't see any new comments, so please drop a comment, and I will answer your questions. But again, if you are struggling to get through your course, you're not alone. Like Excel, Kaplan, 80 Banker, Exam FX, they all kind of suck in a way. They're mostly text based. They're hard to understand. The definitions are hard, weird, and tricky. And that's where I come in to explain things, make it make sense in a way that's easy to understand. That's coming from my elementary, middle school background. I used to teach middle school, elementary school, and I like to make things super simple. I did this. I was the insurance. I've been the insurance exam queen for a while now, 2 years. But before that, I was working at Exam FX. So I was the most requested instructor at Exam FX. They would fly me all around the country to go to different insurance companies. And my job was to teach a room full of people, usually between 15 to 30 people, sometimes up to 60 people, how to pass this exam in a week or less. And I would teach people on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday sometimes, and I would have people passing by Friday. So that is what you get in the Gold Class Series package, is learning the information over a couple of days. Like, I mean, it would be a full-time job to study everything, because it's about 30 to 40 hours worth of video. But if you were to watch that all straight through within a couple of days, you could be passing the exam very, very quickly. We've even had people purchase gold the night before, listen to everything on like 10 speed, and be able to pull off a pass. So I think even just the energy behind, I'm going to buy gold and I trust that this woman's going to help me get the pass on the exam, I think that alone has helped people pass the exam. All right. Casper, thank you so much. Perfect C test. I was so surprised by how convoluted the New Jersey casualty test was today. Yes, the wording can be pretty tricky. We are actually looking into offering, there's been a gentleman who's been studying for his exam, and he's a super cool dude, and he's talked to me, and he wants to actually run a class on breaking down some of these test questions. So that'll be rolling out soon. I don't know exactly when we're going to be doing that, but that'll be something that's available. But when you're reading the words, just slowly read the question, read it a couple of times. The first couple passes, you may be like, what are they even saying? But if you just take it slow and read it, you should be able to find what they're actually asking for. See Tesh, if you're in the Facebook group, his name is Dale. He's been answering a lot of questions. So you could talk to him. He's even talking to people now, I think, to help with them on that. Okay. Excel sucks, no doubt about it. I do recommend Excel because there has to be, like, I'm not state approved, so I have to partner with one of them. I like Excel because I like their questions. So their practice exams are, in my experience, better than the other ones that I have seen. And if you don't have a state approved course and you need one, I would recommend buying Excel using coupon code QUEEN at checkout. You'll get $9 off, and you will get my Gold Class Series for free. So it's a way of saving money. If you bought Excel already without that, you don't get gold for free. You have to have used the code at the time you purchased it. But that's a way of getting the state approved course that you need and getting gold. And then I would always recommend go through gold first, watch all of gold first, and then go through your course. All right. Charmaine, they are so hard to understand. I tell everyone you teach with relatable language and not insurance jargon. Yes, I try to make it super simple. Olga, hello, Melissa. I passed my personal lines, Alabama. I'm now studying for life exam. What do you recommend for me to be ready? Gold. Go to insuranceexamqueen.com, click on life and health, click on recommendations, click on Alabama, and I will break it down for you. Just ignore the health section if you're only doing life. But a lot of the information will double dip. So, like Alabama is going to be general insurance. So some of the information that you learn for PNC can actually transfer over to the Alabama exam. State law is going to be the same from one to another. So when you're taking the test quickly back to back like that, a good amount of the information can definitely overlap between all the exams. All right, iDink. Hello, Melissa. I love your content. What is the most tested for Texas property and casualty exam? Look on the YouTube channel. There actually is a video for Texas property and casualty where I break down the exam and tell you what's important. But also, again, go to insuranceexamqueen.com, click on property and casualty, click on recommendations, scroll to Texas, read it. I will break it down for you. All right. The New Jersey casualty test only had a few definitions and felt like it was all commercial, especially about CGL. So when they separate property versus casualty, yes, the casualty side is going to feel like way more commercial, and CGL versus occurrence is a heavy one because that's an actual casualty policy. That's where gold is so important, so you can get more of the information that you need for the occurrence versus claims made. And the casualty exam. But we remember the questions that scare us the most. So there is actually a pretty decent sized chunk of like general insurance, insurance terms related concepts, policy provision, contract law, like what is the declarations page, what is exclusions, stuff like that, what is insurance, whatever. Those ones are so easy that we forget them as we're taking the test, and then we really focus hardcore on the ones that scare us, like the commercial side of the questions. But yeah, I can understand that feeling. All right, Casper, I'm in California, so stuck with them. Wish I knew about your gold deal 2 months ago. Yeah, it's on our website. It's on the website. It's in a couple of videos too. But yeah, all right. Judith, good evening. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. All right, I do plan to go live tomorrow as well. We are out of town right now. We came to Texas for David wanted to do a bass tournament. Super fun. It was my first bass fishing tournament, and I thought it was super, super fun. I was just so interested in everything and asking a million questions. But we'll be headed home this week. But I should be good to go live tomorrow. So if you guys have any more questions or something that comes up through the night, whatever, also make sure that you're in the Facebook group. So remember, you got to go to Facebook, Google, search in Facebook for Insurance Exam Queen. Isn't it funny we use the word Google for search now? Google Insurance Exam Queen on Facebook, and you'll find me. You must answer all the questions. You must put your hashtags in. If you do not answer questions, we will not let you in, because we want to make sure that you are a real person who's paying attention to what we say. So we will decline you if you do not answer the questions. You need to make sure you answer them, put in your hashtags for what state, what exam, and then we will let you in. Let me see. Actually, I can pull up if you guys have sent in any requests right now. Let's see. If you guys have any other comments, let me know. All right, let me get into the group here real quick. If any of you member requests. All right, yeah, see, 2 people have asked, but there's no question. You guys didn't answer the question. See, there's no questions answered. You got to make sure you answer the questions. All right. Oh, Kay, I was saying that I don't recommend my classes for licensed agents. The best training is going to be from the company of the product that you are selling, because that way they can specifically tell you about that product, because every product can be a little bit different from company to company. And then you can also Google or go to YouTube for agents who can explain it to you. I'm very test world. So test world and real world can be a little bit different. So I wouldn't necessarily use my courses for real world applications. I would use it for the test world. Yeah. Young Vitalis, Vitalis. I can't read words. I'm taking the health insurance test tomorrow. Any tips? Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Listen to the About to Test audio on YouTube. So on the YouTube channel, There's a video called About to Test. It's like a 5-minute audio where I just hype you up and get you super excited to be able to pass the exam. And as you're testing, celebrate every question that you do as if you got it correct. So, like, I got that one correct. I got that one correct. It's going to put you in a better, happier mood. If you get scared while you're testing, your brain will shut down. So instead of thinking, oh my God, I got that one wrong, I got that one wrong. One, you don't know for sure if you got it wrong. You just don't feel super confident in it. But if you pretend that you got it right, it helps you feel better and it helps your brain work better. So just pretend that you're getting every question correct. Celebrate as if you're getting every question correct. And that'll put you in a much better atmosphere to be able to pass the exam. Also, if you are struggling with a specific question on the test, pretend that you're asking me, like use a voice in your head. Not everyone has an internal monologue, but if you have an internal monologue where you can talk to yourself in your head, say, Melissa, I'm struggling with this question, read it out loud and be like, what's the answer? And whatever you hear or whatever your gut tells you, like choose C, just go with it. It does work. There's people who even cite that on their 5-star reviews that they pretended they asked me the question and it helped them pass. So do that. Judith, WC, what is the percentage of your salary that a person's get? Oh, workers' comp. I don't know. That's going to be a state specific question. The most common answer is 66% for workers' comp, but that can be very state specific. So you'd want to check. I don't have that number memorized. Oh, Josephine, you said gold has two different prices, 97 and 137. The 97 is just the videos with a couple of quiz questions after each video. The 137 is the videos plus a practice exam. So if you want extra questions, then that's the 137. But gold 97 is perfect. It's only if you want extra practice exams that you would get the 137. And you can always change your mind. So, like if you buy the 97 and you realize that you do want the exam questions, there's a coupon that will allow you to upgrade to get the exam bundle. At a minimum, I recommend everybody get the 97 gold. And then only if you want extra practice questions, get the 137 bundle. All right. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'm studying their products, but I'm one of those people that wants to know the most when it comes to anything I do. Yeah, I understand that. All right, Holden, you're right. My anxiety kicks in when I feel like I get something wrong. Yeah, and you don't actually know if you got it wrong. I was watching somebody take a test and she would go, like every time she thought she'd get it wrong, but she wasn't always wrong. Because you have, a 25% chance of just guessing correctly. So don't assume that you got it wrong. It just means you're not feeling super confident. But if you say, oh, I guessed correctly, I definitely guessed that one right, it just puts you in a mood and lowers your anxiety. Gwen, is it safe to pass on the exam and then circle back? I've heard once you pass, it kicks you out and you cannot go back. Okay, I think you mean pass a question. Okay. When you're taking the test, I would always choose an A, B, C, or D, whether you are like, let's say you get the question, you're like, I don't know what it is. And I want to come back later to answer this question. I'd still pick an answer, never leave it blank, because if you end up running out of time, all of your blank ones will automatically count incorrectly. Some providers don't even let you put a blank one, but if it lets you put a blank one, don't do it. Definitely just make your educated guess. You can mark a question. There's usually a little button that says mark for review, and it will allow you to easily jump back to that question. But in my experience, most people should just guess, like make a guess and move on. It is what it is. Trust that you got it. Very rarely is it a good idea to actually go back and check your answers and change your answers. But you can mark for review, come back to that question, and then change your answer. But I would never leave it blank. If they let you or not, never leave it blank, because if you happen to run out of time, it'll automatically count wrong if it's blank. Buy it, girl. It's worth it every cent. Yeah. So she's saying gold is worth it. Yes, it is. Absolutely. And again, I mean, gold is worth thousands of dollars. We tallied it up, and if and with what is offered in gold and what you're receiving, it's a $5,000 value. So $5,000 value for $97. And honestly, $5,000 value for like attending the class one time. The fact that you get to watch it on repeat and it's recorded and you can attend live classes for up to 100 days, because right now we're offering we run 3 live classes a week for each topic. 3 life and health, 3 property and casualty. Well, one of those is usually adjusting, so like 2 property casualty, 1 adjusting. We offer those as part of gold right now. So the value that you're getting is freaking insane. Like there are people who tell me, Melissa, you're not charging enough. And I'm like, no, it's fine. Like I'm happy with what I'm offering people. I want people to pass the exam. I want to make this accessible and easy for people. And you can always just get $27 bronze if 97 is hard for you. And you can always upgrade $27 bronze to 97 gold. But you can get started on watching the bronze videos. So I try to, make it really affordable. And there are people who have only watched the YouTube videos and have been able to pass. So I really want everyone to be able to pass. Holden, if money is a thing, just think about how much money you'll make when you finally pass. Yes, exactly. And how much money are you wasting every time you fail the exam? It's like 30, 40, 50, sometimes $90 a pop to do the retest, depending on what state you're in. And then time. How much time are you spending? If you're spending week after week studying, that time could have been spent selling and you could have been making money instead of not doing anything with money. So the 97 for gold is so worth it because you save time, you save money, you save stress, you save overwhelm. And those are all incredibly valuable. Your time is so valuable. And if you're spending time reading a course that makes no sense to you, and you just keep doing that over and over, and then you pay more money to retest, you pay more money to retest. You're like, I don't have money for gold, but you had money to retest. You had money to sit during all of that time studying something that didn't even make sense to you. So gold can help you pass the exam. I would even like, hey, mom, hey, dad, hey, sister, hey, brother, help me out. I got to pass this exam. This woman's going to help me. She's got a 90% first time pass rate, 1,700 5-star reviews on her Google page. I know that if I get this gold, I'm going to be in a much better position to pass. Even ask your boss, ask your manager. Especially if you're in a call center right now and you're struggling and they're not teaching you the right way or how to get the queen. I will work with that's my area of expertise, is working with large groups of people to get them to pass the exam. I will work with your call center to get you guys all the gold class series, get you guys the videos you need to be able to pass. So ask your managers, tell them, let them know, like, I'm not learning anything from this course you bought me, but I went to YouTube and I'm learning a lot from her. And I think you really need to invest in her. And I know that I could pass if I can get this gold video. Let them know. And they can even email us and we can get a program set up. Like, we'll take care of you guys. So yeah. Yes, pants. Okay. All right, cool. All right. So if you guys have any other comments, let me know. We've got 5 minutes left. Usually I try to stay live for about an hour unless the baby needs me. So far she sounds good. Daddy's so good with the baby. But yeah, I will attempt to be live tomorrow, 5 p.m. if nothing else comes up. Join us in the Facebook study group. We're there to support you as well. So many people come in and help answer questions and provide you with their support and their expertise. And again, always go to insuranceexamqueen.com, click on recommendations, click on the resources, play the Kahoot games. I even have pages and pages worth of free notes that you can read available on the website. Courtney Washington, hello, Miss Melissa. Thank you for your videos. I take personal lines test tomorrow. Does the center give scratch paper or just calculators? So depending on the testing center, you're either going to get like a piece of paper or they will give you like a whiteboard that you can erase. But usually they give you something. Not every state gives you a calculator, but most states do. And sometimes they have an electronic calculator, like it's part of the screen. And you won't always need a calculator depending on what state you're in. And math can really be iffy. Like there's some people who didn't get any math questions, and there's some people who got like 5 math questions. But math will never be like something that'll make or break you. Like if you really struggle with the math, you can get strong enough in other areas where if you got every math question wrong, you'd be okay. And some math questions don't actually need you to do a whole lot of math. It's more or less like coinsurance for property and casualty, for instance. They'll like you don't actually have to do a math equation. You just need to find out if they're covering within 80% or not. So yeah. All right, Andrea, you helped me pass last year. Thank you. You're so welcome. Yeah, we're 2 years and about 3 months into business right now. So this is super exciting. I can't believe I've been the insurance exam queen for that long. I still remember like the early days of getting started. And getting the YouTube channel up and running. I still remember like making that first video because I used to do this at a corporate company, and they would send me out to teach these classes. And then I was like, I want to be able to help more people. And I saw the struggle. Like I answered a lot of student emails, and you guys were just struggling so bad with passing. And I was like, how can I help everybody? And I'm like, YouTube. I can help everybody on YouTube. So that is what I did. And 2 years and 3 years later, we're in an amazing place, and we've helped so many people, and it's super exciting. All right, perfect. All right, I'm gonna let you all go. I don't see any new comments. Again, see you tomorrow, 5 p.m. CST, as long as nothing happens crazy with the baby, and join us in the Facebook group. And I'm sending you guys all the loves, all the vibes to pass the exam. Have an amazing day. Bye.